It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
And he's been, in my mind, the best player in the NFL at this point of the season. And I think if you polled folks with a ballot, and I certainly have one, I think they'd say he's the front runner for MVP. So now it comes down to finishing out the season strong. And a good game here would certainly strengthen his case.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. And he'll get a few yards here to the 34. But the numbers for Gibbs from last week, 9 carries, 58 yards.
And that's just not enough carries for a running back to get loose and really feel like he's into the game, because they have to have enough volume to establish a rhythm, not just for themselves, but also to get in sync with their offensive line so they can read the blocks properly and they can execute it. I expect them to get a minimum of 15 carries in this game, and the optimum number would be 20 plus.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. He's airing it out for Williams. And oh, that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down.
You get a sense of what this game plan might be. They think they can take a few home run shots against this defense. They tried it there on the opening drive, but that ball's incomplete.
They'll try and throw for it here. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
High throw, but the catch is made. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, 1st down. Again, he'll drop to throw. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. Gibbs straight ahead. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Here's 2nd and 8. He'll buy some time right. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And the Lions are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. 1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. They're going to look to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Touchdown! Amon-Ra St. Brown with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Lions put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
Tremendous production in college at 2 different universities, and this is a guy who was a finalist for the Heisman Trophy. Still much more of a runner than a thrower, but has plenty of arm and is capable of making the big throws downfield. And don't underestimate his ability to think the game. Remember, he's the son of a coach.
They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with. They have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team was saying, hey, yeah, we called him the disruptor. And that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
It'll be a gain of 5. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Hurts. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And into the end zone, a scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
York now for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. And they are back down to the 500 mark after 2 straight losses. And, Charles, this is a team that, to be frank, their play has really dropped off the last couple of weeks.
And, Brandon, I think there's a sense around the building that they can't let this losing streak get any worse than it is. Because if they were to lose here and fall below 500, then you're playing catch-up the rest of the way. They've got to take a stand and make it stop right now.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. The numbers for him from a week ago. 21 carries, 137 yards, and a score.
I think he's exactly where he wants to be coming into a game, partner, because he has to still be riding the momentum from last week when he broke the century mark in rushing and had one of his best individual efforts of the season. I would expect that there's more from him on the way after that type of a game, and I know his teammates and coaches, they feel exactly the same way.
Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession from the 44-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6. Hurts sets up to throw it. This short throw caught by Goddard. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Here's Hurts to throw. He delivers another to Goddard, complete.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 25-yard line. A handoff, Barkley running left, wiggles free. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Hurts. That is caught at the 7. Touchdown, Eagles. Saquon Barkley, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Eagles are back within a score. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield in the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 2nd and 2. And his throw is incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Gibbs will try and pick it up. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a 1st down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. Sliding out of the pocket. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
And he's got it. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 10 more there and another 1st down. That's the #2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be #2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jahmyr Gibbs Hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions go up by 2 touchdowns. And that touchdown's going to put him in double digits now for the year. It's his 10th rushing touchdown of the campaign. The York on now for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was all capped off by a touchdown run from Jahmyr Gibbs. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Here we go on the return from the 1-yard line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp. And at least one.
There he goes, right side. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Hurts throw complete here to his receiver Brown. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And he held on to it too long. A coverage sack. Down he goes. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And he's got the hook up to Moore. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. He's got his target. That's complete. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Throwing is Hurts. Touchdown! Elijah Moore in the final seconds of the first half. And the Eagles are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Well, this could be a big turnaround. They get the touchdown here in the final moments of the second quarter. And remember, Charles, they're going to get the ball to start quarter number 3 as well. So what you're saying is if they take the ball down to start the second half and score again, it could change the entire complexion of this game, couldn't it? Absolutely. Elliott now to add the extra point. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it was finished off by Elijah Moore on the touchdown reception. 4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, we'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll start over in Texas at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, where you see the final score there. DJ Moore, a touchdown catch in the victory. From there, we'll skip over to Louisiana to check in on the Saints at home in New Orleans. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Miami Dolphins. Alvin Kamara, what a game. 3 touchdown runs in the victory. And finally, on Monday Night Football, they've got a good one lined up between the Houston Texans and the Carolina Panthers.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles ready to go on offense to begin quarter number 3. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Second down, here's Jalen Hurts. He finds him again, Saquon Barkley. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
Powers through. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And the Lions will take over. So here are the Lions to take over. They are working on that very impressive 9-game win streak, looking to get it to 10 as they've got the lead here, 1st and 10. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big pickup of 38.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Another run for Gibbs here. And a solid run down inside the 30.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. On the give, here's Gibbs. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. An effective 7-yard third down conversion.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on third down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete. They got the win last week despite not having any interceptions, trying to come up with one there did not, but there's a stat category called PBU, pass breakup. That's important too, and they got one.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, because at least you're there, knocking the ball away. Offense isn't possessing it, making plays downfield. And you
open man, and he's got Williams. Touchdown, Lions. 8 yards on the touchdown pass as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes, because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead now up to 14. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Second down, here's Barkley again. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Second down, here's Hurts. And pass complete to Moore. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards. Play action, here's Hurts. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
And Detroit getting set to go now. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. As they score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. Now it's 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Lions add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. So a quarterback scramble, certainly a pass play, but he saw something, tucked it, and got in the end zone.
A lot of quarterbacks, when they scramble, they're scrambling to create more time to throw the ball downfield. In this situation, as you noted, he tucked it and took off. Great play by him.
York now for the extra point.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. From his end zone, Marvin Mims. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
Just a gain of a couple there, and it'll be 2nd down.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
This short throw caught by Goddard. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
They'll look to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score.
Hey, York on now for the extra point.
And that'll increase their lead to 28. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. That often runs you into a penalty.
Hurts throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. He'll look to throw.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And it's a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
The Eagles unable to convert there on fourth. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position.
No surprise. They try to throw the ball on fourth down, but it gets batted down. They don't pick it up.
Well, a little football 101. When you're going toward that quarterback, you see he's going to start to throw. Get your hands up,
Get your hands up, affect the play, and then everyone get your hands up. When the ball gets to the receiver, moment of truth, knock it away.
And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The offense on third down tonight, they have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
They'll go again with Gibbs.
How did he stay on his feet? And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided.
They'll run with Gibbs.
Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line.
76 yards rushing for him now to this point.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Gibbs is in for a Lions touchdown. But just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
York now for the extra point.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
And it was all capped off by a touchdown run from Jahmyr Gibbs. New York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
So the completion good for just 3. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Looking to throw. This short throw caught by Goddard. And Goddard going to have an Eagles first down as he'll be brought down at the 38-yard line. He'll drop to throw. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44.
Well, the 44 now. Here's 2nd and 4.
They'll look to throw again. This will be caught once again by Brown. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 36. He's got the connection to Moore. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 more on that one and another first down.
As this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season, but on game day, you both want to show your best, and I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Lions, they keep on rolling 10-0 now to start the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Philadelphia, good night, everybody.